Hey, welcome you all to the course Software Engineering and Project Management. This is Abhinay Gulavraj Dhamankar, belonging from IT Department, PICT Pune. I welcome you all to the course. Today we are going to see the next model. And this is the last slides on the process models. Let's discuss that slide. So, process models. And the remaining models are the specialized model, under that component based model, formal model and aspect oriented model. So, under specialized process model, it has many characteristics of one or more traditional models that we have seen earlier. Next point, they are used when only collection of specialized techniques or method are expected for developing specific software. So, some kind of a specialized technique they want to do. Then types of specialized model are the component based model development, formal method models and aspect oriented models. So, these are the three main important types of these aspect oriented specialized process models are. Moving ahead, first component based model development. This is also called as COTS in short form, component. Okay, COTS component, commercial off the shell. The commercial off the shell is their complete pronunciation. Product ready made, okay, right, product ready made and available for sale to general public. So, already they are building the software, and ready to use to the customer to use ready made software, are used during software build, right. COTS having specialized targeted functionalities, specialized, they are concentrating on only one specialized issues and well defined interfaces. It is easy to integrate these components in existing software. It leads to software reuse kind of thing, reduction in development cycle time as well as project cost. So, software reuse is a very important concept here. Next, it makes use of various characteristics of spiral model, and it is evaluationary in nature. Evaluationary, and the next evaluations are coming each of the time. In the next slide, we have component based model. This is the steps involved. Here, available component based model products are researched and evaluated, already available product for the application domain in a question. Component integration issues are considered, and software architecture is designed to accommodate the components, right. So, like Microsoft Office here, component integration into architectures are done, conduction of comprehensive testing to ensure proper functionality or not. For example, COTS softwares are, these are some softwares that are component based are listed here. Most of the things are definitely antivirus program and most probably MS Office software you might have seen. Formal method models, it consists of activities that leads to formal mathematical specification of computer software. It has provision to apply rigorous mathematical notations. Rigorous means extremely through and careful mathematics, right. Ambiguity, incompleteness and inconsistencies are the three important type issues, can be discovered and easily corrected by applying mathematical formulation in design phase during the verification itself. It produces defect free software, right? Example are aircraft aviation developer, right? Aircraft avionics developers, medical devices, clean room software engineering was one of the things. So medical devices are also there, and then clean room software engineering. Formal method models, there are some critical issues associated with that formal model. First critical issues are development is quite time consuming and expensive, right? Definitely these are the very much required, that error free software. Definitely yes, medical system and aircraft system are there. There should be a defect free software, otherwise it is any single flaw in the software leads to very problematic case afterwards. Second, requirement of extensive training is required, and third critical issue, it is difficult to use the model as a communication mechanism for technically unsophisticated customer. Unsophisticated, so definitely you and me, some kind of a people are not having idea of how to use that software, then aircraft system cannot be used by unsophisticated customer like us, right? So we need a training on that, isn't it or not? Yes. Moving ahead, aspect oriented software development, AOSD. It adopts both spiral and concurrent process models. The modern computer based systems are more complex in nature, resulting in aspiring of some concern, right? Security is the concern, task synchronization is the concern, memory management is the concern. So these considerations are taken into mind. The software are developed, means that software is taking very huge amount of RAM or very huge amount of memory while discussing, while loading. So that considerations are taken into mind and software will be developed. So modern computer based systems are more complex in nature. When concerns are cut across multiple system functions, features and information, they are known to be cross-cutting concern, right? Aspectual requirement define those cross-cutting function at the impact cross-cutting function that have impact across software architecture. AOSD AOP, that is aspect oriented programming, provides process and methodology approach for defining, specifying, designing and construction of aspects. Next model is a unified process model, right, or we can say UP model. It is also known as a rational unified process, okay, RUP, rational unified process. UP phases are similar to the generic framework activities, similar to the phases. There are 5 UP phases here. First is inception, elaboration, constructions, transitions and production, right? Inception is having 2 phases here, communication and planning. Elaboration is planning plus methodology, and construction is a construction phase, and transition is having a combination of 2, construction plus deployments. Production phase are the individual stand there. So UP model. So this is the diagram for UP model: planning, modeling, construction, deployment, communication, and this is in combination of these 2 things combine each other, forming inception phase, planning and modeling forming elaboration phase, construction phase, transition phase between these, and definitely at the time of software release, it is a software increment will found. This is called production phase. All right. So this is the task defined, task and activity defined, and what are the activity involves and their description. This table shows this idea of that. Let's consider few of these task, activity involves and description. First one, let's say inception. Inception having activities are involved, communication and planning. There are two activities. What are the descriptions in that? Identification of business requirements, proposal of rough architecture of a system, creation of plans for increment and iterative approaches, preliminary use cases are to be written. Elaboration phase activity, planning and modeling are two things. Five model generation, this use cases analysis, design, implementation and deployment. The baseline architecture does not provide all features and functions required for the system. Construction first, and these are the description. Develop the software component that makes each use case operational. Analysis and design phase are completed to reflect the final version of increment. Use case drivers set of user acceptance test. Next is transition. Transitions activity. The task is having from construction and deployment. Software is given to the beta testing and creation of a documentation by the user manual. And finally, production in this release, ongoing use of software monitoring and defect reports for request for the change and submissions by or evaluated after that. Next is next model belonging from the personal team and process models. Personal and team process models. So these are, I think, these are the last model of discussion. PSP and TSP. There are two types: personal software process and team software process. These are the combinations of these model, personal software, PSP and TSP versus. There are some kind of points to discuss. Under first column, it is serial number, parameters are listed, and what the PSP software process and what are the TSP software process. First, let's say issue best suited for what, best suited for whom. It is for individual, it is for team, right? Framework activities are involved: planning, high level design, high level design reviews. Here high level design, implementation, integration and testing, and then postmortem. We have left here again two, development and postmortem in the PSP also. Then it is the definition. It's is SEI, Software Engineering Institute technology. It is SEI technology that brings discipline to the software development habits to an individual software engineer, and it is a complementary. It is a complementary SEI technology that enables teams to develop software products more efficiently. Fourth point, it helps in improving product quality. PSP, increase cross reproductivity, increase schedule predictability, reduce development cycle time. Under TSP, it helps team of engineers how to produce quality products, plan cost and aggressive schedules. PSP like applying Six Sigma to the software, right? So TSP is just like here it required TSP. TSP is required applying Six Sigma. Last point, provide improvement to the individual, provide improvement to the software teams, right? Next discussion will be on clean room engineering. What is introduction to the clean room engineering? It is a specialized version of incremental software model, specialized version. The philosophy behind this, the philosophy is to avoid dependence on costly defect removal process by writing the code increments right the first time and verifying their correctness before testing, right? It is the process model incorporates the statistical quality certification of code increments and they accumulate into the system. Next point, the increments are tested individually as well as these are retested when added with the new increments. Clean room. So this is diagram. What is a clean room? Here we have system engineering, and system engineering we have requirement gathering phase here first, then specification, formal design phase, correctness and verification phase, code generation phase, and these all phases from here to here are coming to the testing and planning. After a statistical use testing and then certification. Okay, this happens to be increment number 1. Likewise, increment number 2, all increment number n, like this, right? Okay, so this is the clean room model, process model. Let's discuss some points and their explanation with this. These are the task and explanation. So requirement gathering, RG stands for this, requirement gathering. More details of customer level requirements are developed here. Then BSS, box structure specification, it is used to describe functional specifications. Then FD, formal design, specification, that is black box, are iteratively refined to become analogous to architectural and component level design, that is clear box, right? Corrective verification, CV, corrective verifications are there. From high level to detail level rigorous verifications are done. Code generation, CG, code generation and inspection, code generation, CG, generation of a code on formal design and the code inspection are happen next phase to check systematic correctness of code. And then test planning, TP, test planning, and here the projected uses was analyzed and suited and suit for test case are planned. Statistical use testing, SUT abbreviated, execute series of test cases here, and C for certification at the last. Once verification is done, inception and uses testing completed, increment is certified ready for integration, right? So these are the points. What are the advantage and disadvantage of clean room process? Let's say in the first column, advantage, it is a zero defect software can be developed by using clean room approach. That's a great thing, zero defect. Defects are discovered during development stage itself and hence cost and timing of testing is reduced. Yes, it is advantages. Disadvantage, there are some kind of any one system is 100% clear. Definitely there are advantage and disadvantage too. In disadvantage part, required skilled and committed staff for this. Next, formal mathematical proofs required to check correctness of the program. Developing such proofs with respect to specification is expensive. And the last one, disadvantage, required knowledge of mathematical and formal semantic of the program is required. Right, isn't it? Exactly. So these are the advantage and disadvantage part belonging for the clean room software engineering. In this way, we come to the end of this session. In the next time, we will come up with some new topic. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you very much.